What's up, ladies and gentlemen? chuckfinleLP, Sonic 06, Part 28. We are here in the Flame Core with Silver. That we are now going after Iblis, hunting him down and going to destroy him. Now you can see we start off in what looks to be a lava river, which is something actually new. You know, we haven't been to this section yet with any other character, so this is this will definitely be different. You know, it's something you can't say, oh, well, I'll just play it with another character, or if you played through with Sonic or Shadow, you know, you would know about this level. Well, no, not really. There's no way to, ouch. There is no way to prepare for this section, you know, everywhere that I'm going in through here. Now, I didn't practice for this one like I did with Kingdom Valley, so I'm not 100% sure what is actually going to be here and all that. So, you know, if this will pretty much be a new experience for me trying to play this level. I have played it before, I just haven't practiced with it as much as I should have, probably. But just remember to just wait for his head to become uncovered, and then you can stun him with a Psycho Shock. Remember to just try to either go for some of these, well, not the ones stuck in the ground, but just a few of the, maybe some of the ones that weren't stuck in the ground. And you always want to try to go, well, there we go, that works. And that stuns all the enemies in the vicinity. Works just like it does with the robots. And so you can see how useful it is. Just be careful because there will be a lot of enemies that pop up. I definitely would suggest trying to go after the worm first, then try to go after some of the Iblis takers. Then the biters. You know, the biters aren't that big of a priority. You know, if these were the Mephiles biters, I would definitely suggest trying to take those out first, but, you know, obviously they're not. But this section definitely needs to, you need to be careful through this section. It wouldn't seem that they gave us too many problems, like too many enemies to deal with, but you just never know. And you can never be too sure or too careful while going through somewhere like this. And yeah, okay, so I think all you have to do is just press down on it, and that should open it up. You can see we get into a little bit more familiar territory through here. You know, a little more areas that we've been in before. And I believe a lot of these higher paths will lead us to silver metal locations, but it also does take us up to lower. Well, there ain't no way we can get up there, so it's gonna have to take a lower route. Let's see. I'll head over there to the spring over there and see what I can do. Let's see. Should be able to make it. Yep, there we go. Alright, so that's just, you know, since Shadow or Silver can jump pretty high, you know, a lot higher than any other character, and he does have the ability to float, as we've already seen countless times. You can use both of those abilities for sections like this, to look for springs and be able to get through section. Ouch. Okay, well, that was a mistake on my part. I was kind of hoping that I would have been able to get through there, but just if you do find yourself without rings in a section like this, just take a little bit slower than you normally would. But you know, you don't want to crawl through these sections too much. You know, see, there's a silver medal up there. I believe all you'd have to do is just ride on these platforms to be able to get up there, but I'm not going to deal with it right now. Not until at least I take out this worm. Just remember just to do that. Yeah, I think all you'd have to do is just keep jumping up on top. Either take this crate and take it up to... Ah, damn it. Alright, that did not work out at all. see that or leave any rings. Now you see, this is the stupid thing about trying to go after the silver medals while you're trying to play the level as well. Because I probably didn't have to run back here for this ring, but you definitely want to be careful while trying to go through a section like this with no rings. As you can see up ahead, you know, you just never know. You may mess up on one of these lava platforms. This you know, this fire might start up. You might get hit by the Iblis Taker's fire. You just definitely want to take it easy. I would say this level, just on first impressions, seems like it's going to take just doing. All you need to do is just worry about time, but you just always want to be careful and always be ready for, you know, for a whole bunch of enemies. In any way, just try to balance it out. You know, this isn't solely, you know, this isn't exactly like Sonic's levels. His level design is similar to his old style. You know, just get through the level pretty as fast as you can. You know, Sonic Adventure 1, 2, Team Sonic with the and Sonic Heroes. But all of that goes back to old Sonic games where you had, you know, a lot of the time it was trying to get through a level as quickly as you could for the time bonus. You know, you didn't gain anything from it back then, but it's just something you could do in like an arcade or against your friends. You know, you'd have little, well, not little, but you know, you'd have, I guess competitions between, you know, yourself and your friends to try to see who could get through Green Hill Zone the fastest. You know, the Spring Yard Zone. You know, you name a zone in a Genesis era Sonic game. You know, and you probably did that at one point back then. But and so, you know, Sega's been using that for Sonic's levels. That, you know, that design. Alright, so you can see here, you definitely want to take it pretty easy through here. I would definitely say it wouldn't be that bad of an idea to come back here and try to at least take out one or two of the Iblis Takers and Worms. You know, of course, you don't want to mess around with any of this stuff for too long, but the Iblis Worms, at least the one on the ceiling, if you can knock him out, that will definitely help you out. You know, just because... Definitely suggest try to knock out everything. And remember, sometimes you will gain silver medals for completing or for destroying a whole bunch of enemies in one section. So you'll always want to watch out for that and be ready for it. So you can see we have two paths here. This is a little bit more dangerous path. It's got, you know, more areas where you can fall and die, and this area has more enemies that we can kill. And what the hell? Oh, okay. So there's rocks gonna be crushing us. Oh, come on. So you can actually start the Psycho Shock from pretty high up in the air, but you do want to be careful because you can very easily die from using it. So you just want to be very careful. And always watch any Iblis Takers when they're behind you, you know, or in front of you, for that matter. Just remember, you can jump to destroy them. Once you have Psycho Shock them, you can jump up in the air to grab hold of them. That was something I wasn't sure of, or, you know, early on with Silver, but since just playing it, you know, through here, definitely have seen that you can, and it's actually pretty useful, a lot more useful, and it will help you a lot more. But through this section, because of all of the lava rocks and everything, I definitely suggest just trying to get through this section as quickly as possible without dying. You know, you can see we have a little bit over 1,100 points, going on 930. So you definitely want to be careful this far into the level, and you don't have to take it as easy as I am, but you also want to make sure that you don't die. Obviously, you want to try to balance with silver. You want to try to balance both killing a whole bunch of enemies and the time bonus. You don't get as big of a time bonus for drawing the level out like you do with Shadow, but you also but it doesn't hurt to try and but it's not as but the time bonus you gain isn't as important as it is with Sonic. Okay, let's see. I think all you have to do is just, that's obviously not it. I don't think you want to Psycho Shock it. Let's see if it'll turn on or come back or whatever. Yeah, it's starting to melt into the ground. Let's see, will it reform? Maybe? Yeah, okay, so let's see. Let's try this. No! Okay, well, while that's being rebuilt, I will fly over here to this one and see what it does, and maybe try to figure out how to oh. Okay. That makes no sense. It seems like you can grab it with your psychokinesis, but it seems like if you turn it on, let's see. Okay, if I bring this around with me, I have a very good chance of dropping it, and that is blinding. Yes, very much so. Well, I don't know, quite honestly. Let's see, maybe. Oh, that didn't seem to work. Let's see. We'll try going up here. There's somewhere up here where it will tell us how to activate these things. Okay, maybe. Oh, well, okay. Well, there's a lot of Mephiles enemies around here, so you do want to definitely be very careful. Oh, never mind. That was definitely a lot easier than I thought it would be. Let's see, just make sure to try to kill as many enemies as possible. Oh, really? Okay, so it would seem that Silver doesn't actually have to light any of those orbs. So I guess you could just use them to throw again, at the enemies. It doesn't seem like it would actually affect the damage of the enemies, but you never know. Just be careful. There's a lot of enemies shooting stuff through here, so you just want to be careful. And definitely with these moving platforms, you want to take your time, and think before you jump, especially since they are going up pretty high, a lot higher than we could normally go. And definitely try to take out the Iblis or the Mephiles biters before anything else. Focus on those first, because they definitely do a lot more than just the standard the standard Mephiles or the Iblis biters. Let's see. Oh, crap. Okay, so that's 2. And 3. There we go, okay. So you can see you do gain 10,000 points for destroying the Mephiles Titans. That is definitely worth it. I definitely suggest, if you are trying to go after the... Well, no, I guess you don't gain it. I guess it's just only 1,000. My bad. But it is still very definitely worth it to try to kill them. Let's see. remember to, excuse me a second. Alright, sorry about that. Anyway, just try to try to attack these things before, before you get up close to them, so it does seem like you only gain 1,000 for killing them, but it is definitely worth it either way. I would definitely suggest now, playing a little bit more into the level. Yeah, this is going to be more based on killing a whole bunch of enemies rather than just focusing on speed, since it's about 15 minutes into the level. I know I did mess around a little bit, but I didn't do it enough that would warrant such a being in this level so long. But it is a pretty hard, pretty long level, with any character, especially if you have to play it as Sonic or Shadow, and you have your one-time power characters who go really slow, and will definitely get stuck on the walls and ruin your day. So there should be one more. No, maybe not. Oh, okay, you just have to. Of course. Why did I even assume that was not going to happen? Just remember to try to collect as many of the fallen rings as you can. Oh, okay. So you can see that is either Iblis or some of his power. There is a side route here we can take. You do want to hide behind these. Yes, I thought you did. Yep. No. And maybe not. Well, it didn't even attack me, so. Be careful, the camera angle does get pretty weird here, and it is very easy to die. Oh. Ah, okay, the shockwave that comes out of his body, that's what they were talking. That's what they were talking about for the power. So I guess you can see him kind of glow brighter red when he's about to attack. Yeah, you want to be very careful. Timing-wise, it's best if you just take it slow through here, because with so much score, you still don't want to die. Well, watch. Okay, you can see him glow really bright red, and then the shockwave comes out. If you hide behind the rocks, you will be fine, so you don't have to worry about that. But you can, even with so much score, you still may not, time-wise, you still may not get the S rank, but it still doesn't hurt to take your time through this section. Let's see, which way am I supposed to go? Now, the boost will not work or even help you through this section, so I definitely suggest not using it, especially trying to get it across some of these gaps. Let's see, spring. Okay, just get on top of him and use your psychokinesis. I don't think it matters how long you use it for, just have to. Oh, please don't tell me I died. Oh, no, there we go, okay. Well, that made no sense. And there's a silver medal around here somewhere. Where at, though, I cannot see anything, and the frames are really starting to slow down now. We'll just head through this door. I don't know where the silver medal went. Alright, so that's Flame Core with silver. It's definitely a lot harder than any other version we fought before. Alright, so I would definitely say, as I said before, it's kind of a balance between both killing a whole bunch of enemies and trying to get through the level quickly. If I hadn't have backtracked and maybe taken a few of the shorter routes, I might have been able to get the S rank. Backtracking definitely did hurt. and messing around with those the stones, the things you had to light up with other characters, that definitely hurt as well. So if you don't mess around at all, just try to kill as many enemies as you can, get through the level as quickly as possible. Shouldn't have a problem. Alright, so this is the same version of Iblis that we fought before, right after Crisis City, but this time we will actually defeat him rather than just weakening him and having him come back. And another similarity between Sonic Adventure and this game, you fight some sort of monster, Chaos, you know, the 6 versions of Chaos. There's only 3 versions of Iblis, but we still do fight him, and that's just one of the many similarities between each game. And you can see our mission now is to seal away Iblis. Let's see. This is going to take a while. I guess I'll go ahead and finish it. Let's see. Just remember not to try not to go after all of the yes, okay, that hurt him. Try not to go after all the rings. Oh. Just try to collect at least 2 to 3 rings at a time. And don't hesitate to try to grab some of these rocks that he throws at you. You know, it is kind of difficult to do, but once they hit the ground, you can go after them a lot easier. Try not to deplete your rock collection here either. You know, but it is inevitable that he will get closer to you. What's he gonna do now? Alright, so all you have to do is just dodge the shockwaves. You know, you have your hover ability. Okay. Just for the first few attacks, you know, it will just copy whichever or wherever you are. You know, whether you're standing or flying. Okay, so you can see he will continue to shorten. Oh, okay. Ah, damn it. Alright, so you can see what you have to do. I was talking about not to... yeah, you can't hurt him. You can see he's covering up his face, which is his weak point. So that means you cannot hurt him right now. After he throws his meteor shower attack at us, we can then begin to damage him. But just don't forget to try and collect a few of the rocks that he throws at us. You will have to get in kind of close to them to actually be able to grab hold of them. But you know you can. Well, that sucked. No, you don't want to lose any. Okay, let's see. Where's some more? I guess he destroyed them. Wow. Okay, so you do want to be careful if you do have a whole lot like I did. This will definitely determine whether you get the S rank or not, depending on how fast you can kill him. And that also depends on how many rocks you can grab, and if you can land that final attack. That final attack is very important to making sure that you kill him. So you can see he throws his fire waves depending on whether you are sitting. Well, maybe they're just in the different patterns. Alright, since he's going to destroy these... I shouldn't have wasted my... bar, or my psychokinesis bar, but what I was saying was, you can see he's going to destroy these platforms, so you want to... As soon as the camera quits pointing right at him, you know, this isn't important that I look at Iblis. Yeah, just go after the rings. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful here. You want to make sure that you jump and then float over to him, land on his head, and then just tap it. You don't have to do anything too fancy with it. Just remember not to try not to deplete your rock piles. But you know, if you do, you do. It's not going to kill you if you do, but it will definitely hurt your S rank time. You can see I'm already going in 4 minutes. So that is a little bit long. Okay. Now this will actually kill you. I think maybe you can catch it. Yeah, you can, and then you just throw it back at him. That will hurt him for a lot. But the problem is catching it. Sometimes you just won't catch it. You know, there's just no way that you can, and you will die. And so that is definitely a problem. Now, the key to trying to make sure that you don't get hit by these fire waves is trying to hang as long as you can in the air. You know, the longer you stay in the air, the better your chances of not getting hit. Well, the longer you hold your jump, the better off that you will be. No, what the hell? Oh. Okay, I guess we should have killed him a little bit quicker. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, and then I'll just do the whole boss fight again, and I'll just get to the end, and I'll, you know, talk about anything that I might have missed. So until then, see you in a second. I'm not quite done with the boss fight yet. You can see I've hurt him a lot. This is the second time he is attacked, but you can see something different from the last time. He has brought his gigantic rock at us, and the only different thing that I've done is try to be more precise with where I throw the rocks. You can hit him a lot more often than I thought you could. You know, different areas. You can throw the rocks as soon as he backs away. You know, he'll back away, then he'll with his face covered, and you can throw rocks at him immediately after that. The only thing that you have to do is just, you know, make sure that you have to wait until immediately after he moves his arms. But you know, as soon as he moves his arms, you can kill him, or you can start throwing rocks at him. And just trying to do as much damage as you can. Something that will definitely help you out is to throw all of the rocks that you get at the start, you know, before he starts his attacks. Just throw them one by one rather than a whole bunch at one time, as I was doing. You can see you gain 2 rocks. Just grab them, you know, hold them, and then wait for him to uncover his head. And immediately after he uncovers his head, you can start throwing them at him. Yeah, you can see, and you can even throw the rocks at him while he's charging that up. But if you do not kill him now, you will miss your opportunity. And so you just have to kill him now. And there we go. So I'm glad I started this up again. Just remember, you can throw the rocks a lot more often than I did. That I could remember. Right after he uncovers his face, right after he throws, you know, be more precise with your rocks. Try to throw one at a time rather than a whole bunch really fast. You know, and make sure you're always facing Iblis. If you are looking in any direction but at Iblis, you will decrease your chance of actually hitting him. But you can still kill him a lot faster than I did.
Looks like I'm on a roll.
But I came pretty close. I would say time, you know, if I could have been a little bit more precise with a few more of my rocks. I think I missed 4 times, or you know, I missed 4 rocks. And if you can collect more rocks when he throws all of those rocks at you, and then you just throw them at him one at a time, you will be able to. Alright, so last episode is now unlocked. Please select the episode from single player, but you can do a lot more damage to him that way, and you can beat the boss fight a lot quicker. But this one is definitely based on time and how quickly you can beat him. But it is a pretty good in-character boss fight.
Lend me your power. Eternal Sun, the living flame that has been entrusted to the royal family. Fall into slumber with my soul, Iblis. You cursed flames of disaster! No! Why won't it accept me as the vessel?
Now, this isn't Blaze dying. I believe she's just somehow transporting herself to a different dimension. Possibly the same place that she came from originally in Sonic Rush. But it's over. That's Iblis beat. The world saved. And that's Silver. Silver definitely... it's another... what's the right word? New gameplay style. I guess that would be the simplest way to put it. Like with King Chaotix, that was a new gameplay style with the mission base. That was the first time we'd ever played mission-based objectives in a stage. You know, for the primary thing. This would be definitely a new gameplay style. You know, it's not speed using the homing attack. You know, you have to be a little bit more tactful with what you do. Choose where you want to go a little bit more. You know, while you do have advantages over Sonic and Shadow, you are still limited with what you can do, especially in wide groups. You know, they did give you the Psycho Shock to try to balance that out, but you know, you've seen with the yellow egg launchers and sometimes the worms that pop out of the ground and the Iblis biters with their fire, it's still not all the way balanced evenly like a good homing attack would be. You know, you still have to use that Psycho Shock. You have to get in pretty close to be able to use it. If they would have given you some sort of ability to increase the range of the Psycho Shock, that would have definitely made it a lot easier. But it's better that they didn't, quite honestly. It made you think a little bit more. You know, while I did dive in through a lot of enemies a lot of the time, and I paid for it, but you know, I just pretty much didn't care. Ring score in this game isn't that important, as you've seen. It is very hard to keep rings, actually, especially, you know, if you do lose rings, it's still very hard to actually grab them again, because you've seen them, you know, fly around due to things being picked up, or just spikes, you know, just different things. So, but Silver is definitely fun, you know. I think a lot of people actually had mixed reviews on him. You know, a lot of people didn't just hate him, because for a lot of the time, his levels, once you got used to everything, wasn't as glitchy as, say, Sonic's. You know, Sonic's levels got the worst reviews, you know, out of the entire game because they were so glitchy. You know, the Mach speed sections, just the random glitches where you could just die, you know, going around some of those loops in Crisis City. Well, I guess it wasn't even loops in Crisis City, but just some of those things in Crisis City, White Acropolis, the loops in Wave Ocean, just different things like that gave Sonic's story, along with the story and storyline and cutscenes and everything, gave Sonic's story a lot of bad reviews. But the thing that helped, you know, well, there was nothing that really helped Sonic, but Sega seemed to focus more on Shadow and Silver story, quite honestly. You know, they are the most well-built levels. You know, there isn't as many glitches with those two characters. You know, yeah, Silver does have his glitches, or not glitches, but bugs, where, you know, sometimes you won't pick up items, sometimes you'll just randomly, like when you're trying to move around on the boxes, you know, you'll just fall and die. You know, like in Kingdom Valley, sometimes you won't grab hold of things. I'm surprised I didn't I did grab hold of those rocks that Iblis threw every time I did, quite honestly. So I've had a lot of problems trying to grab those before, and some, you know, but you've seen, you know, the rocks that Iblis throws at you. It's hard to grab hold of those. The missiles, you know, so it's not completely without bugs, you know, Silver Story, but it doesn't have as many as Sonic, definitely. But definitely, you know, not my favorite, but it isn't as bad as I thought it was. You know, replaying this game again, this is actually the second time that I've beat this game, and it's a lot. I definitely like Silver Story a lot more than I did before, but you know, I still definitely think Shadow Story is the best, because I really like his homing attack ability. You know, learning that with Sonic, be able to use the bounce bracelet, that's something I never thought of using before, which definitely will help out a lot, especially with some of those egg launchers and the egg titans. But anyway, now this song is called what is this song called? It's Silver's theme. I don't remember the exact name of the theme, but this is Silver's theme. It was sung by, at this time he was credited as Lee Brotherland. You know, he does his own music, but he also did the theme for Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. But then he was credited as Bentley Jones. You know, just different times. You know, he does his own music and everything. But this is actually the first time he ever did any music for Sega or Sonic, any Sonic games. And this is actually the the first Sega and Sonic Sega All Stars Racing was the second and last time he's ever done music for Sega so far. You know, as of this recording. But yeah, you know, there's not that much more really. Just remember, with the S ranks, trying to go after the S ranks, it takes both. You know, Shadow had kill as many enemies as possible. Don't worry about the time. You know, Sonic had try to get through the level as quickly as possible. We didn't give you that many enemies, so you don't have to worry about that. Trying to kill a bunch of enemies. With Silver, it kind of balances it out. You know, you also you have to kill as many enemies as possible, but you also want to try to get through the level as quickly as possible. So that makes you think. You know, maybe some of those crab droids on the wall, or crab robots on the wall, you don't have to go after. You know, maybe try to knock off 3 or 4 out of 6 or 7. You know, maybe not even 3 or 4. Try to go after 2 or 3, and then just leave the rest. You know, some of the harder to kill enemies, like the Titan. Well, no, always go after the Titans. Some of the worthless enemies. You know, maybe there's 1 or 2 egg launchers, or egg launchers in an area, or no, egg gunners, the white ones. You know, maybe there's 1 or 2 egg gunners in an area. Maybe you don't want to kill those. Some gun beetle ripoffs. You know, you don't want to go after those. Some of those robots with the lasers. You know, they're really hard to kill, so you may not want to go after some of those. It just makes you think about, you know, prioritizing which enemies you want to kill as quickly as possible. Especially because it does, you know, because it is so buggy sometimes trying to go after some of those enemies in the air. Okay, Dreams of an Absolution, Lee Brotherton. Okay, my bad. But yeah, you know, you just have to just think. You know, it does make you think a lot more about it. But anyway, so we're at the end of this. We can now play the final story. It doesn't matter who, you know, as long as you beat all 3 characters, doesn't matter the order, you get to play as, then you get to play the final story, which is where we'll see our super form. I'm not going to spoil it just yet who it is, but anyway, I thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is, let me see, how many enemies did I kill in Flame Core? Thank you for watching. Let me see. I'll just give you an overview. 16 lives, 24,683 rings, and 49 medals. That is the most of any character by 9. But anyway, I thank you for watching. Until next time.